It came up as a real sensation. The Season 5 finale is on everybody's lips, and fans are going crazy about what is gonna be next. Stop right here if you haven't seen Season 5 yet, because there are going to be spoilers ahead. Let's face it, we are all confused with the ending. Has Diane left her LA life forever? Is there any chance that BoJack will actually go through rehab? Will Mr. Peanut Butter's next marriage be another epic fail? And most importantly, is there going to be Season 6, and when? As the show gets higher and higher ratings with each new season, it is almost certain that Netflix would like to go on with this series.
Question mark?
Although, we will probably have to wait at least a year for the Season 6 release. The last 2 seasons came out in September, so the series creators will probably keep to that schedule.
Oh, fish.
Yet, we already have some fresh news from the showrunner Raphael Bob-Waksberg, who is positively determined to keep making the show as long as I can. When Bob-Waksberg was asked about the story of BoJack in Season 6, he gave some food for thought. "We've been inching towards a desire for redemption, for a kind of inner peace," he said.
What? Get out of here.
Redemption? You mean for this guy? Really? Fans of BoJack, especially after Season 5, know quite well that BoJack has only one road to redemption for his character, and it will work like this. Step 1. Creating an impression of redemption by taking the first step for one big and beautiful project. For example, trying to come up with the strong and independent character of the Secretariat, or by trying to help Hollyhock to find her mother, or by asking for forgiveness and thus saving his relationships with those close to him, like Herb, Princess Carolyn, or Todd. But Step 2 comes right away and BoJack fails miserably.
All I ever wanted was to be your friend, and you treat me like a big joke.
Still, it will be a hilarious adventure, if you imagine how BoJack might behave himself in rehab. Somehow it reminds us of another TV character, Dr. House, who also tried to go through rehab but eventually ran away and made his life even more miserable. By the way, doesn't House's addiction to Vicodin remind you of how BoJack takes his back pills? Maybe the show's creator will create some parallels between these two walking disasters in Season 6? Anyhow, they will definitely make us feel like BoJack has almost succeeded and then cause it all to spiral into misery for BoJack, for those close to him, and of course, for us too. But to be honest, isn't that a reason why we love this series so much? Unlike other TV shows, here we can never expect a happy ending. At the end of every season, we catch ourselves asking the question, but at least he could finally admit his failures, right? But we'll never know the answer to that. Series creator Raphael Bob-Waksberg would probably tell you that's the point. There are no lessons, no happy ending to be had necessarily, he says. Well, alrighty, as Todd often says, but overall, why does the show end up being so unrelentingly dark? Bob-Waksberg answers ironically. Oh, is it unrelenting? I wasn't trying to be so unrelenting about it. He explains, I think to me, I wanted to tell a story that I felt was honest. And I think a lot of shows that I see are not honest about sadness. I wanted to talk about it, and how hard it is not to be sad for some people. So I think the best way to do that was a wacky cartoon starring a talking horse. Bob-Waksberg is convinced that by making BoJack a horse, it allowed the audience to project themselves on him in a way that if they were looking at a picture of Will Arnett, they might not be as inclined to. So by making characters more foreign, they become more relatable. Apparently, there is no hope Season 6 will be more positive than previous ones. The question is rather, how dark will it get, and will it be tragic for all the characters, or will some of them get happy moments? What about Diane Nguyen? The last scene showed a whole new perspective on her life. Perhaps she will start Season 6 with a whole new career plan, and perhaps a new loved one? Beyond that, there's also Princess Carolyn's adoption, Todd Chavez's uncertain future after a brief stint as a startup executive, and another marriage for Mr. Peanut Butter. Speaking of whom, the show clearly gives us a hint that Mr. Peanut Butter is not going to change, and his rushed engagement to Pickle is a good confirmation of that. But we cannot miss that Pickle is probably the first one who seems to really get him, especially in comparison to Diane. They are both dogs and seem to like similar things. So, unlike all Peanut Butter's previous relationships, this one actually has a pretty high chance to survive. We hope that Pickle won't find out about those last sparkles of romance between Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter. There are a lot of things to be told, and we only hope that Bob-Waksberg will not get tired of making this dark comedy anytime soon. Speaking to Metro, he said, I won't say as long as Netflix allows me to, because I don't know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing in the future. Luckily, that was not the end of his answer, and he did give more hope to fans by adding, But as long as I feel like the show has promise and Netflix allows us to, it's a world that's still worth expanding. Our audience is still growing, and I'm still excited by it.
Hooray!
There are still lots of stories and relationships to explore, and we all anticipate the news about the next season's release.
This is going to be a sensational season of television.
Check out these other great stories from OSSA and subscribe for new videos about your favorite stars.